Namaskar. Welcome to the lesson number 9, part 2 video. In continuation of the previous lesson number 9 under analysis methodology, in the previous lesson, I have given the compilation of the important points to be kept in mind while doing the level to level analysis. In continuation of that, I would like to give some important tips, especially on the unfavorable key planets, their impact. Because as soon as we look at the planets or with unfavorable key planets, it will tend to give a thing that, okay, this planet is going to be completely unfavorable for the particular event. Though a planet is having unfavorable key planet for a particular event in their rulers, it is not going to be strongly supportive for the event, but still the intensity of the unfavorable impact will be varying. I told in the previous lesson itself, when an unfavorable key planet is present, playing as a star lord or sublord for a planet, the unfavorable impact can be reduced by way of two means. One is by its star lord is favorable, unfavorable strength will be reduced. Then that planet is having good planet, favorable key planet in its supports, then unfavorable impact is going to be still reduced. That support planets is also forming ruler link with the other favorable key planet, then it is going to be further reduced. That we have to keep it in mind, that already said that. Based on that principle, I would like to give some tips in finding the unfavorable impact of the unfavorable key planet. So, as soon as you study self-signification of a planet, all planets look for these tips, and that will give an idea about that overall the impact of the unfavorable house for a particular event on the chart. I will give you the tips now. Important tips to find the unfavorable impact of the unfavorable key planets for an event. What are the tips? Tip number 1, check the self-signification of all 9 planets and find if any planet is having unfavorable key planet, especially with the 8 and 12 grouping. It means check all 9 planets. If there are 8 and 12 grouping are present, suppose 8th Lord occupying 12th house, or 8 and 12 star Lord, or 8 and 12 cuspal sublord, or it can have 8th Lord and also 12th sublord. So that way 8 and 12 grouping are present. That planet is indicating it is going to give some obstacles to the Lagna, right? Apart from that, if it is having other unfavorable house to the event that is also present, that planet is going to give trouble to the Lagna and also trouble to the particular event. Unfavorable house to an event and also 8 and 12 grouping if it is present. So when we are checking all 9 planets, if no planet is with such grouping, it indicates overall all the planets can be supportive for the event. Some cases you can find there can be only one planet as 8 and 12 significator, the two with the favorable grouping also there, so that will not be strongly unfavorable in self-signification itself. But sometimes there will not be any planet having that 8 and 12 self-signification in self-significations. In such cases, overall, all the planets can be supportive for the event and of course for the Lagna. Because those planets free from the trouble-giving houses to the Lagna, that planet is, it's going to be there as a star lord or sublord or support to other planets. Obviously, other planets will not get the impact. So that way, no planet is having such unfavorable grouping with the 8 and 12 houses. Importantly, that overall that chart is going to be supportive for the Lagna and also to the event. A planet can be having unfavorable primary house for an event. Suppose for the event of marriage, sixth house may be there, but it is not having any other unfavorable houses to the sixth house, then it is not going to be unfavorable. Unfavorable grouping is important, not just the primary unfavorable house alone is present. Suppose for the event of professional prospects, fifth house or ninth house, a planet is having, this is not going to be unfavorable unless and otherwise it is connecting to the eighth house or 12th house to the Lagna. 5 and 9 is going to be not strongly favorable to the professional growth, but 5 and 9 is supportive to the Lagna. Only with the 8th house or 12th house combination will become unfavorable. So, unfavorable key planet in the sin, a planet, if it is having unfavorable house to the event and also 8th house or 12th house grouping it is present, then only it is going to be more unfavorable. So, if while you are checking all 9 planets, check no planet is strongly having unfavorable, especially with the 8 and 12 grouping, then that planet overall, that chart is not going to be unfavorable for the event, or we can say overall all the planets can be supportive for the event. Based on the favorable grouping only, the support level is going to be more, that you have to keep in mind. So tip 1 we have studied on the 8 and 12 house grouping. Then tip 2, suppose if you feel there are unfavorable key planets with the 8 and 12 houses are present. Okay. Suppose if it is present, especially unfavorable key planet, especially with the primary unfavorable house. For example, for the event of marriage, sixth house unfavorable primary house, and of course, other unfavorable houses, 8th house or 10th house or 12th house are all joining hands. 6 and 8 or 6 and 10, 12 or 6, 12 or 6, 4, 8. So it means primary house also present along with that other unfavorable houses also present. Then it is going to be unfavorable. It is indicating not supportive to the 7th house matters, right? Similarly, for the event of say profession 10th house or 6th house, primary unfavorable house 5 is present along with that 8th house or 12th house are also joining hands, then this planet seems to be, or even 9 also we can take it, 5 or 9 connected to the 8th house or 12th house. This planet 5, 8 or 5, 9 or 5, 9, 12, this grouping is not supportive to the 10th house matters or 6th house matters, not for the professional. It is not good for the professional prospects. So unfavorable key planet are present. If it is present, we have to check the following 2 conditions. If both are present, the unfavorable key planet strength will be lesser. Suppose for the profession prospect, I mean, a planet is having 5th house, 8th house, and 12, and 5, 9, or 8. So grouping is present. So this planet can be star lord or sublord for some other planets also. Those planets, because of the star lord planet which is not supported to the 10th house matters, definitely it will not support for the progress of the 10th house matters. That is there. But the intensity of that, whether it is not at all going to be completely favorable for the 10th house matters, or it is going to give some only challenges, or it is going to give only some obstacles, or the intensity of the unfavorable impact will be varying depending on the conditions, what I'm going to tell you. How check this unfavorable key planet, this one. For example, if you take for the professional prospects, these unfavorable key planets should not be a star lord or sublord. Actually, it should not be a ruler, but importantly, star lord or sublord. For the primary favorable cuspal lord, or importantly, primary cuspal sublord, that is destiny planet. Suppose 10th cuspal sublord is in the star of this 5, 9, 8, and 12, that unfavorable key planet with the unfavorable house. It means 6th sublord or 10th cuspal sublord in the star of unfavorable key planet with the primary unfavorable house. This is indicating that destiny is becoming weakened, right? If In case if the destiny planet is not influenced by the unfavorable key planet being its rulers. Importantly, star lord, sublord. Suppose that planet, unfavorable key planet, can be a 12th level planet or 4th level planet, the intensity will be lesser. The ruler of the destiny planet, if it is not having the unfavorable key planet with the unfavorable primary house, that if it is not there, it is good. The destiny is not becoming affected. If it is present, especially as the star lord or sublord, then it is going to be unfavorable on the destiny. I think you're able to understand, right? In case if the destiny planet is not influenced by the unfavorable key planets being its rulers, the unfavorable impact of these unfavorable key planets on that event, 10,000 meters or 6,000 meters, will not be significantly strong. Even if these planets are ruling for the other planets. Suppose 10 sublord or 6 sublord is not having this. Suppose Jupiter is the unfavorable key planet, for example. Suppose 10 sublord is planet is Saturn. Saturn is not in the star of Jupiter or sub of Jupiter. Or 2A level and star lord of the sublord also not ruled by Jupiter. If star lord of the star lord or star lord of the sublord, that impact is going to be less. If directly as the star lord, impact is going to be more, and also sublord, it's going to be good, unfavorable impact. If that Saturn is not having the Jupiter in its ruler, destiny is not becoming weaker. In such case, if Jupiter can be star lord for Mercury, Jupiter can be star lord for Venus, or Jupiter can be sublord for Sun, any other planet can have the Jupiter, the star level or sub level. Those planets, because of this unfavorable signification of the Jupiter, they will try to give obstacles to the 10,000 meters, but they will not give strong influence on the 10,000 meters, because they are not talking about Sun in the star of Jupiter. Sun may not be having this 10,000 rulers, because 10th lord or 10th sublord or 6th lord or 6th sublord we already taken. If other than these rulers, other than the ruler of the 10th house or 6th house, if any other planet is having this 5, 9, 8, and 12, that Jupiter in star level or sub level, those planets will not be strongly unfavorable for the professional prospects. Definitely, they will give obstacles, struggles, but not detrimental. I think you are able to understand, because destiny is not indicating that one. Destiny is not influenced by that unfavorable key planet. In that case, that other planet which are in the star and above this unfavorable planet will be giving unfavorable signification, but the impact is going to be lesser. I hope you are able to understand. Instead, if it is influencing the destiny planets, cuspal lordship or cuspal sublord of the primary house, suppose the 10th cuspal sublord or 6th cuspal sublord, I'm telling cuspal lord also, if it is cuspal lord also in such signification, that impact is going to be more. That importantly, cuspal sublord, that is the deciding factor, right? If it is influencing the destiny planet, cuspal lord or cuspal sublord of the primary favorable house by ruling especially a star lord or sublord, the unfavorable impact on the primary house of the event is present, right? It means destiny on that house matters is affected. In such case, that unfavorable key planet can give significant unfavorable impact to other planets whom it is acting as ruler or in their supports. As I said, Saturn itself is the star of Jupiter or sub of Jupiter. Saturn is the 10th ruler or 6th ruler. In such case, any planet in the star of Jupiter or sub of Jupiter, they will tend to give strong unfavorable impact on the 10,000 meters or 6,000 meters, because what it indicates, the key planets, unfavorable key planet, which are making the destinies weak. If they are playing as the star lord or sublord for other planet, their impact is going to be on that destiny matters. That is the 10th house matters or profession matters. In case that destiny planet is not affected by the unfavorable key planets, especially with the unfavorable primary house, 12th house to this, favorable primary house, if it along with that other unfavorable, it is not there, then the unfavorable impact is going to be lesser. I think you are able to understand this point. Then second condition, suppose one planet is having this unfavorable 5, 9, 8, and 12 is present. As I said, unfavorable to the event of profession. This unfavorable key planet should not be in the star of another unfavorable key planet with the further supporting houses. Unfavorable key planet, especially with the primary unfavorable house, if it is in the star of another unfavorable house, unfavorable key planet with further increasing the intensity of this one, if it should not be that way, unfavorable key planet should not be in the star of another unfavorable key planet with further supporting houses. It means what? One planet is unfavorable for an event, check its star lord. If star lord is not supporting to that unfavorable houses, then it is good. It means unfavorable strength is not further supported by its star lord. So one favorable planet is present, check immediately its star lord is not unfavorable. If the unfavorable key planet is in the star of a favorable key planet, which will reduce its unfavorable strength. The presence of other favorable key planets in supports will further reduce the unfavorable strength. This point I already discussed in the earlier point. Based on that, only this condition also been brought in. If the unfavorable key planet is in the star of other unfavorable key planet, the unfavorable impact will become very strong, right? So when you find unfavorable key planets, two things we have to check. That unfavorable key planet, especially with the primary unfavorable house, Suppose for the event of marriage, 6th house, along with that other unfavorable house, suppose if it is present, 6, 8 or 6, 10, 12 or grouping as present. Check this planet, primary house, unfavorable is present, is the star lord for the primary favorable planet. If it is not present, it indicates destiny is not. This 6, 8, and 12 is not influencing on the 7th house. If that is destiny of the 7th house is not affected, in such case, 6, 8 grouping, whenever it is coming as the star lord or sublord for any planet, this is not importantly focusing on the marriage problem connected to the marriage. Similarly, 5th house, 9th house, or 8 and 12 grouping are present, a planet is signifying this. If the 10th ruler or 6th ruler are not in the star of this or not in the sub of this planet, it means destiny of the 10th house or 6th house matters are not influence the unfavorable primary house and other unfavorable. Destiny is not weak. In such case, this planet, whenever playing as the star lord or sublord for other planet, this impact is not going to be completely unfavorable on the 10th house matters. It can give some impact on the 10th house matters because of the unfavorable, but it will not be detrimental because destiny planet is not affected. Next point we have to see, this unfavorable planet, if it is present, if the star level planet, check its star lord. If the star lord of this planet is not further unfavorable, if it is favorable, unfavorable strength is going to be reduced. So these two conditions, if unfavorable key planet, if it is fulfilling, that unfavorable impact of the unfavorable key planet will not be strong. So that we have to keep it in mind. So these 2 points, the 2 tips, if you are able to keep it in mind logically, where whatever may be the event when you are going to study, you check this point, it will give more clarity. Just looking at that key planets, unfavorable houses are present, please do not come to a conclusion that planet is going to give trouble to the particular event strongly. Because of its unfavorable signification to the particular event, that planet will not be supportive to the event. That is for sure. But how far that impact is going to be completely detrimental, or it is going to be only weak or not supportive, that is based on these conditions, whatever I discussed. This is an important thing. Please keep it in mind. So we will meet in the next video. Thank you. Good luck.